Hi everyone, it's Sierra, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my first trimester symptoms and the products that I think were really helpful. So I'm 16 weeks now, so a few weeks out of the first trimester, and I am so thankful. My first trimester experience wasn't horrible, but it also wasn't great. So I wasn't someone who experienced like a lot of vomiting or anything like that, but I did have a lot of just nausea and fatigue. I had a lot of anxiety, and I also experienced like some pain and discomfort, which we'll get into. I do have low progesterone, so I have a whole another video that goes in depth about that. If you're interested, I can link it below, but I'm also going to kind of like touch on some of the things that were helpful for that. And yeah, I'm just gonna break this video up into a few different categories. I do have notes here so that I hopefully don't make this video like super long. So, okay, the categories that we're going to be covering are the things that I used for nausea, the clothes that I thought were really comfortable in the first trimester, different like resources that I think were helpful to ease my anxiety, the things that I used for my low progesterone, and then also skincare and body type things. So those are the different categories that we'll be covering. So let's just jump right in and let's start with the resources that I thought were really helpful. So the first thing that I downloaded was the What to Expect app. I think it's either just What to Expect. I think there might be a book that goes with it called What to Expect When You're Expecting, but I will put that app up here on the screen so that you know which one to download. But yeah, I did that one, or I got that one right away, and I thought that was really helpful. It just gives you updates week to week on what's going on with your baby and things that are happening with your body. Each week it gives you like a short little video, and that was really fun for me to watch with my husband. So every week we like looked forward to watching that video and just like seeing the changes, but also it tells you like what fruit the baby is the size of and different things like that. So I really like that app. The other resource that I really liked is the Is This Normal podcast. So it's really fun to listen to because the two girls who do it, I think they may be like Australian or something. I don't know. They have these like really cute accents. I haven't really listened to it in a while, so I can't really remember, but I think it's just like a mom, and then she brings on like an OBGYN and other like professionals in the field, and she just asks them questions. It goes week to week, and she's pregnant at the time that she's doing the podcast, so she's kind of asking about her own symptoms, and then she has friends and listeners write in about their symptoms, and she just asks the professionals if it's normal, and they kind of explain like yes or no and why those things are happening and like when to reach out to your doctor and stuff. So that podcast is called Is This Normal? Again, I'll put like the little picture of it on the screen here so that you know what to look for in the podcast app. In the beginning, I really liked listening to that like each week of my pregnancy, but I haven't listened to it in a few weeks now, but I should catch up on the last couple of weeks. And then the only book that I've read so far during pregnancy, like about pregnancy, is this one, which is called Real Food for Pregnancy. It's by Lily Nichols, who's a registered dietitian, and I also follow her on Instagram. And this book is really good if you are like a little bit worried about what you can and cannot eat while you're pregnant. So she really breaks down all of those things. I know one thing that really surprised me, but I was happy to read, was about deli meat, because I always read like you should totally avoid deli meat when you're pregnant, and she dives into that and explains like why people say that and kind of her like professional opinion on it, and if she like thinks it's safe, or if there's like certain types that are safe, or like it's more about like the quality and where you get certain foods from. So yeah, she goes over things like that. Like she also talks about sushi and other things, like what you can do if you are feeling really nauseous. I think something she recommended was having like more of a high protein diet if you can, to deal with that. And then she also just has like different recipes and like meal plans and stuff. So I don't like use this as like my Bible or anything, but I did read this like pretty soon after I found out I was pregnant, and I thought it was really helpful. Okay, the next category that we're going to get into is nausea. But before we really touch on that, one of the must-have products during your first trimester is this pill organizer. So I got it on Amazon. I will link all of these things down below, and I'm also going to write a post about this on my blog, thehomeblondie.com, so you can look there too. But I got this on Amazon. It actually came with two, so I think the other one is either beige or gray. I don't even know where it's at because I just used the one. But if you wanted to do like some pills in the morning and some at night, then that's helpful. But the reason that I really recommend one of these is because when you are feeling nauseous, it's really hard, or at least it was really hard for me, to take my vitamins and supplements like in the morning when I normally would take them. So sometimes I would wait to take them at night, or at least wait and take like some of them at night. But sometimes I would forget like if I took them or not. And if they're just like in the bottle, then you don't know if you took it or not. But if they're in this container that's like labeled with the days of the week, you can look and see. And if they're in there, you obviously didn't take them. So I thought that was like really helpful. And then I just thought that I would share what supplements I took, which is not like a recommendation or anything, but I just think it's like interesting to see what people take. And I read the book, It Starts with the Egg, before I even got pregnant, to help me determine like what vitamins and supplements I wanted to take. So I take the Ritual Prenatal. They're actually all gone. I need to order more, which is another perk of using this. When you're filling it up like every Sunday like I do, you can see like, oh my gosh, do I need to hurry up and order some more vitamins? So anyway, the reason that I really like the Ritual ones is because they are like the easiest pill to take of the ones that I take, because they have an anti-nausea capsule, and then they also have this little thing in the container which is like lemon flavored. So the little pills kind of have like a little lemon taste, which is just so much better than like chalky vitamin taste. So I've been happy with these. So then in addition to my prenatal, like even before I got pregnant, I was taking extra vitamin C, B, and D, and I get all of these from Young Living. So all of these, I believe, are in the Ritual Prenatal. So this is just like taking extra. And just from what I read in that book, I just felt like it wouldn't be a bad thing to take extras of these, because from what I read, like a lot of people are deficient in these vitamins, and sometimes, like not for everyone, but for some people, like your prenatal might not give you like enough. So that's why I decided to like take extras of these, and then I've just kind of like continued. I will say like sometimes I skip the vitamin B just because that one, for whatever reason, is like really hard for me to take and just like swallow and taste. And then once I got pregnant, I added in the prenatal probiotic from Pink Stork. So I decided to go with this one just like after I looked it up on Amazon and I read like the story behind this brand. It's just like I don't know, the founder is this woman who's like a mom of 5, and I don't know, she had a lot of struggles with her pregnancies and stuff, and it basically inspired her to create this brand. So anyway, the reason that you may want to add a probiotic if you're not already taking one is because once you get pregnant, for me, like everything like really slows down, if you know what I mean, and it's just like uncomfortable. And I do think that taking this helped, and this is kind of similar to the Ritual Prenatal in that it has like this little thing that's strawberry flavored. So they taste pretty decent, and they're very small and easy to take. So as you can see, I'm all out of these too, so I might get more of those. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as supplements go. Okay, kind of on the same topic of like nausea and nutrition. So I found that if I ate something like right away when I woke up in the morning, my nausea wasn't as bad. So it was worse for me like if I waited too long to eat or if I ate like too much at once. So pretty much every morning as soon as I woke up, I would have one of these Mama Chia packets. So they come in 2 flavors that I know of. So the blue one is wild raspberry, and then I actually prefer the purple one, which I don't know exactly what the flavor is. I don't even really know what these are. They're filled with chia seeds, but they're kind of like, this sounds gross, they're kind of like slimy. That's a really bad way to describe it, but it's just kind of like a fruity, almost like jello-y type pouch. I don't feel like I'm describing this very well, but I mean, they taste good. Like I said, they're fruity, and I think they're like pretty good for you. I mean, it just says it has prebiotic fiber, 1200 milligrams of omega-3s. I don't know. This was like the only thing I could stomach like first thing in the morning. So you could give that a try if you want to. And then the other thing is just drinking as much water as possible. I was constantly thirsty and dehydrated in my first trimester. So, I mean, I have the Stanley Cup that everyone on the internet talks about. I do think it's worth it. And I just switched out the plastic straw for a glass one. But yeah, I just like fill this up and try to drink as many of these as I can during the day. Okay, kind of on the same topic of the nausea, my sense of smell was so intense during the first trimester. It still is, but not as bad as it was at first. And basically everything smelled horrible to me. Like even things that I thought smelled good before, I couldn't handle in the first trimester. And like my own house, the smell of my own house would like make me feel sick. And I would even like make sure to clean everything really well. And I still just like hated the smell of my house, and also like the smell of my dogs. Even like right after they would get groomed, I would just like think they smelled so gross, which is so sad, but that's just the way it was. And so something that I thought was helpful was like buying air purifiers for our house. So I bought a couple from Target, and I'm just gonna put up a picture here so you can see what it looks like. It's like $100 at Target, and it's also on Amazon. And I got a couple to put like in different rooms of our house. I would love to get like an air doctor. That's like the air purifier that everyone raves about, but it's like several $100s. So I figured, well, I'll just spend less than that getting a couple of different air purifiers and like put them around my house. So I do think that that has been helpful. And then the other thing that kind of goes along with that is in the first trimester, I got so congested. I felt like I couldn't breathe, which is so weird because you would think that like your sense of smell would be worse when you're congested, but for some reason, like it was still really strong. I moved my humidifier, which like I've always had this humidifier. I just had it like on the floor, but I moved it up on my nightstand. So I have the Canopy humidifier, and just like putting it up on my nightstand made a huge difference. So I turn it on at night, and it just helps so that when I wake up in the morning, I'm not so congested. I still am a little bit, but it's just not like as dry. I really like this one because for one, it's not like terribly ugly, and then for two, it's like anti-mold because you get these filters in the mail. Like I don't know if it's every month, I think it might be like every few months. So when you get this, you know it's time to like clean your humidifier and change the filter. So you can just put all of the parts in the dishwasher and then change this out. So even though they say it's like anti-mold, like it will start to smell a little bit bad, but like once it starts to smell bad, like you'll get a new filter, so it's not a big deal. So yeah, that has been really helpful, and it'll be great to have in our room like when the baby's here, because it is, I guess, important to have a humidifier. And then I think whenever he's like ready to sleep in his own room, I'll probably just get that same exact one to put in the baby's room too. And then the other thing that I used to help with the congestion is this essential oil roller from Young Living called breathe again. I think I had that upside down. But anyway, I would just kind of put this like over my sinuses and like around my nose. It smells really good. It's like a bunch of different blends of eucalyptus, and I think that that was helpful too. So the next category that I want to get into is clothing and what I thought was comfortable for me during the first trimester. I don't have a ton, but even though it doesn't look like your body is changing a lot in the first trimester, you can definitely feel the changes, and I just wanted to be as comfortable as possible. So the first thing that I noticed changing were my boobs. So I was like having a lot of just like soreness, and they were like definitely starting to grow, and the only bras that I wanted to wear were these ones from Target. And so I had these like even before I got pregnant. These were basically all that I wore during the first trimester. I do have another one in beige, but like for whatever reason, it's like missing, which is so bizarre. So I am going to be going to Target this afternoon, and I'm gonna see if they still sell these. They're the True & Co brand, and if they do, I'm gonna buy more. And if they don't, I'll find something similar or like something on Amazon and link it below. But yeah, I just really like these because they're really stretchy. They don't have like the clasp that sometimes like it's just uncomfortable, or like the under wire, and then they are padded, so I just feel like it still looks good with like a t-shirt or just like your everyday clothing. So yeah, I really liked these bras. And then, okay, I don't feel like my belly really like grew a lot in the first trimester, but I definitely felt bloated, and I just did not want anything tight like on my belly. And so even like my leggings, I didn't think were very comfortable. I do have one pair of leggings from Lululemon, which are like the Align leggings, and those were comfortable, but I hate those leggings because I have dogs, and like the dog hair just like sticks to them like crazy. So anyway, those were like the only leggings that I wanted to wear. I think I'll enjoy wearing leggings more in like maybe the second and third trimester, where I'm like wanting more support on my belly. But in the first, I just wanted anything like stretchy like this. So I just got these shorts from Target, and they're nothing fancy. I also have sweatpants, but yeah, just like this kind of stretchy waistband was like all that I wanted to wear. Luckily, I only have to go work in my office twice a week. So most of the time I was just like lounging at home, being a total slob kebab, like wearing this kind of stuff. But if I had to work, I would just like suck it up and put on like dress pants. I haven't had to buy any like maternity pants or maternity clothes yet. I'm really hoping to not have to, and just buy like regular clothes in bigger sizes. I do the Nuuly subscription, which it's like every month. You don't have to do it every month. You can like skip, but it's like $100 a month, and you pick out like 6 different clothing items to rent. So that's actually been pretty helpful like while you're pregnant, because you can just rent clothes in like bigger sizes. So I've just kind of like been doing that. The next category that I'm going to get into is about my low progesterone. I also have had to do progesterone injections, which are, in my case, have been extremely painful and like the absolute worst part of my pregnancy. So a must-have for me has been a heating pad, and I don't know if other pregnant people who don't have to do progesterone injections, if this would be a must-have for you or not, but I think it's always good to have a heating pad. And I just got this one from Amazon that you can actually like Velcro around you so that it stays in place, and then you can set it on a timer from like 1 hour to 6 hours, and then there's like different heat settings too. So this I have used almost every single day, so that has definitely been a must-have. And then the other thing is this ice roller. It's the Skinny Confidential one, and of course this is good to use during pregnancy, like for puffiness like on your face. But what I have mostly been using it for is to like massage my progesterone injection sites. So yeah, it's just great because it's like so big. So that's been another must-have for me. And then the last thing on the topic of my progesterone is this essential oil from Young Living called Progessence Plus. So I just use this in addition to the like supplements that my doctors have prescribed me, but this is also recommended like by my doctor, even for people who don't have to be on those like supplements that I'm on. It's just like recommended for people who have low progesterone in general, which that can like be an issue even if you're not pregnant. So yeah, I just put this on my arms at night before I go to bed. The reason I do it at night is because it can make you a little sleepy. I don't know that I really notice it making me sleepy, but I know some people say that it does. I also think that this may have helped me get pregnant. You can kind of watch my video about like my journey of trying to conceive. It did take over a year, like a year and a half. So Progestins Plus has been a must-have for me. Okay, my last category is skincare and body care. So I didn't really have to switch out much of my face skincare or makeup or anything because I already use like pretty clean products, so that wasn't like a huge issue for me. So I did mention earlier in this video that I just dealt with like feeling so dry, like feeling so congested, and with that came extremely dry and chapped lips. So I've tried a few different things, and the thing that I absolutely love the most is this lip balm from Sarah Happ. It's called the Dream Slip, and I got it from Amazon. Like a Instagram influencer posted this and it had so many good reviews, and I seriously just love this. So this is what it looks like. It just goes on so smooth. There's like no taste to it or anything, and it's like a lip mask that I feel like stays on all night if you put it on before bed. I usually just like keep it in my nightstand, so I love that. And then I've even just been putting it on like in the morning when I do my makeup because I feel like it makes my lipstick and lip gloss like look so good and like stay moisturized throughout the day. I really love this. The other thing I did was buy the 6-pack of the Dr. Bronner's Peppermint Organic Lip Balm from Amazon. I think I said it came with 6, and so I just kind of have these like scattered all over the place. I really like these. I will say that, like, you know how you associate smells with like certain things? So I do feel like sometimes using this, like the peppermint, it almost like reminds me of when I was feeling so nauseous on the first trimester. So I don't know. I mean, I still use it, but like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't like to use it because I'm like, oh, it's reminding me of like feeling so gross. So the other thing I did was switch out my lotion, and I did that because I wanted to make sure I was using something like super, super clean, but also, like I said, smells were just not good in the first trimester for me, so I wanted something unscented. So I went with the Earth Mama Simply Nonsense baby lotion. This is okay. I mean, it goes on really nicely, like it rubs in really easily, and it feels good on the skin. I wouldn't say it's like completely unscented. It almost like smells like a little bit Play-Doh-y or like clay or something. I don't know. So I'm not saying that this is a must-have. Like, I don't think I will buy this again once I run out of it. But if you are looking for something that's like really clean, then you could use this. Something that I don't know if it's really necessary like in the first trimester, but I started using anyway, was a body oil for my belly. I think that this comes into play more like in the second and third trimester when your belly is really growing a lot and your skin is stretching and it's like really itchy. I know some people will claim that like oils and moisturizers can help prevent stretch marks. I hope that's the case because I'm hoping to avoid that, of course, but I think it's like mostly genetic. So anyway, I just like went ahead and started using one, and I got the one from Osea, and it's the Undaria Algae Body Oil, and it's okay. I mean, it's almost gone. I don't know that I'll really like buy this again. I think I want something like a little bit more moisturizing, but this does actually have like a very nice smell to it. I kept it in the shower, or I do keep it in the shower, and when I'm all finished, I just kind of like dry off lightly with a towel and then rub it in all over, like really focusing like on my belly and my butt and like my boobs. And yeah, it's nice, but I'm gonna look for something more moisturizing for this next trimester once this is all gone. Okay, and then the very last product that I have to mention is this Ancient Minerals magnesium oil, and I have like a love-hate relationship with this. So I don't know if everyone experiences this. This is like, I feel like kind of a crazy symptom that I have had, but every so often, I feel like this has happened maybe like 4 times. My legs, and for whatever reason, just my left arm will like go numb and it really hurts, but it's almost like I can feel like the blood flow like trying to go through, and like I don't know, it's honestly like the craziest thing, but it hurts so bad, and it usually happens like in the middle of the night, and then like I can't sleep, and it's like the first time it happened I was like, it was horrible. So what I would do for that when that would happen, like sometimes in the middle of the night, I would have to like get in the bathtub because that was like the only thing, like having the warm water would help. And then I also started wearing like compression socks at night, and that helped. I ended up like Googling it, and it just said that during pregnancy, some people have like poorer circulation. So I think that that's like what's going on. So this magnesium oil is like supposed to help with that. So the reason that I don't like it is because when you first spray it on, it's so itchy on your skin, and it only lasts for a little while and it goes away, but like it just feels kind of gross on, and it's very sticky. So that's why I don't like it, but it really does work. Like it's kind of magic how this like gets rid of the just like the pain. I don't know, it's such a weird thing that I can't really describe. So yeah, if you also experience that, then you could try this. I got it from Amazon. It's not returnable because I was gonna see if I could find a different one that like wasn't so sticky, but I don't know, I couldn't return it. So I was like, whatever, I'll just finish using this. But I guess yeah, like Epsom salt baths can also help with that. And I don't know, I need to talk to my doctor about it. I did mention it at one point, but it kind of like got blown over. Like we didn't really end up talking about it. So I need to ask about that again. But yeah, I think that those are all of my first trimester must-have products. If I think of anything else, then I will include it in the blog post that I'll be writing, and that'll be on thehomeblondie.com. But I really hope that this video helped you. Congratulations if you are also pregnant. I am planning on doing more pregnancy related videos, but I also don't want my entire channel to become about being pregnant. So you'll kind of get a mix of like pregnancy stuff and then also home projects and just like lifestyle videos. So thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I'll be back very soon with another video. Bye!